we do love you, Pete.
It's so good to be in South Bend. Sometimes the longest way around really is the shortest way home. Here we are. In the last few years, America has faced enormous challenges. From an economy in transition to a climate on the brink, to a president sowing chaos and discord across the very country he is responsible for uniting. And for many Americans, these challenges have amounted to a call to action. And so, like so many others, I thought deeply about what I could do to make a difference, what I could do to make myself useful. And it was in that spirit, with your help, that a year ago, we launched our campaign for the American presidency. We began this unlikely journey with a staff of 4 in a cramped office right here in South Bend, Indiana, right down Washington Street. No big email list, no personal fortune.
Oh, he's got a big email list now.
Hardly anybody knew my name, and even fewer could pronounce it.
We all know his name now.
But South Bend showed everybody what to do. First name Mayor, last name Pete, so...
Ah, Mayor Pete! What? Mayor Pete, Mayor Pete, Mayor Pete, Mayor Pete, Mayor Pete, Mayor Pete.
But by every conventional wisdom, by every historical measure, we were never supposed to get anywhere at all. And then, as I said, that roller coaster February night a few weeks ago when Iowa shocked the nation. Along that way, an improbable hope became an undeniable reality. In a field in which more than 24 Democratic candidates ran for president, senators and governors, billionaires, a former vice president, we achieved a top 4 finish in each of the first 4 states to hold nominating contests, and we made history winning those Iowa caucuses. And all of that, it came about thanks to your support. Thanks to the power of these campaigns in your hands. It proves that Americans really are hungry for a new kind of politics, rooted in the values that we share. In cities, in suburbs, in rural communities, in crowds that spilled out of venues from Salt Lake City to Raleigh to Arlington, we saw Americans ready to meet a new era of challenge with a new generation of leadership. Yes. We found countless Americans ready to support a middle-class millennial mayor from the industrial Midwest, not in spite of that experience, but because eager to get Washington to start working like our best friend community.
Totally. My heart hurts so much.
In a divided nation, we saw fellow Democrats join with independents, and yes, some of those future former Republicans, to choose a different politics. To choose a politics defined not by who we push away, but by how many we can call to our side.
That's right. United.
And we sent a message to every kid out there wondering if whatever marks them out as different
babies are children.
means they are somehow destined to be less than. To see that someone who once felt that exact same way can become a leading American presidential candidate with his husband at his side.
Every child should have that dream. Every child should believe that they can become president. That's what America's based on. I love you, Pete.
We got into this race for a reason. We got into this race in order to defeat the current president and in order to usher in a new kind of politics. And that meant guiding our campaign by the values we like to call the rules of the road. Respect, belonging, truth, teamwork, boldness, responsibility, substance, discipline, excellence, and joy. And every decision we made was guided by these values. One of those values is truth, and today is a moment of truth. After a year of going everywhere, meeting everyone, defying every expectation, seeking every vote, the truth is that the path has narrowed to a close. For our candidacy, if
He
not
took
for our
one for the team.
And another of those values is responsibility. And we have a responsibility to consider the effect of remaining in this race any further. Our goal has always been to help unify Americans to defeat Donald Trump and to win the era for our values.
Booyah!
And so we must recognize that at this point in the race, the best way to keep faith with those goals and ideals is to step aside and help bring our party and our country together. So tonight, I am making the difficult decision to suspend my campaign for the presidency. I will no longer seek to be the 2020 Democratic
He's going to be
president.
president. He will be president. I promise you, he's going to be president.
To ensure that we have a new Democratic president come January.
I will support who he supports. Oh, Pete. I saw the apple cord. The apple, the Adam's apple. Yeah! Woohoo!
We have
2024
every time
or
this president
2028.
brings partisan politics into the management of a deadly serious pandemic, or purges officials who honored their oaths of office by telling the truth, or cloaks in religious language an administration whose actions harm the least among us, the sick and the poor, the outcast and the stranger. We are reminded just how urgent it is that we change who is in the White House. We cannot afford to miss this moment.
No, we cannot afford to miss this moment. My grandbaby's well-being is in this moment.
With every passing day, I am more and more convinced that the only way we will defeat Trump and Trumpism is with a new politics that gathers people together. We need leadership to heal a divided nation, not drive us further apart. We need a broad-based agenda that can truly deliver for the American people, not one that gets lost in ideology. We need an approach strong enough not only to win the White House, but to hold the House, win the Senate, and send Mitch McConnell into retirement.
Ooh, bye-bye, Mitch. Hasta la vista, baby. That's right. And let's get rid of the other one, too. Lindsey Graham. Sick of that.
Inclusive politics, that is the politics that we have attempted to model through this campaign. That, I believe, is the way forward for our eventual nominee. So I urge everyone who supported me to continue in the cause of ensuring that we bring change to the White House and working to win the absolutely critical down-ballot races playing out across the country this year. There is simply too much at stake to retreat to the sidelines at a time like this. And as this contest gives way to the season of weekly elections and delegate math, it is more important than ever that we hold to what this is actually all about. Politics is not about the horse race, not about the debate stage or a precinct count in a spreadsheet. It is about real people's lives. It is about our paychecks, our families, our futures. We can and must put the everyday lives of Americans who have been overlooked for so long back at the center of our
time. We will have him
and every
next
story
time.
that became part of this campaign helped show us why and how we do just that.
Perfection. That's what it is. Perfection.
Politics is about people, and that is especially true of the people who touch this campaign. To my competitors in a historically diverse field, those who have stepped aside and those still competing, thank you for demonstrating what public service can do.
Public service, you know, where you do things because you believe in the future and you believe in the public.
South Bend, this river city we love so much, thank you for keeping me honest and thank you for keeping me going.
I wish I was from South Bend.
To our Pete for America family, I cannot express how grateful I am to every staffer, every volunteer, every supporter who believed in what we were building.
Me. It's all about me.
You walked in neighborhoods on hot summer days and drove on icy
I was
roads
late
in
to the party,
wintertime.
but I was there.
You filmed and tweeted and
We did
coded
tweet. I
and
tweeted.
crunched numbers. You built relationships and you
Pete
built
gave me
events.
hope.
You lit up
I would read
offices
Donald
and you filled a
Trump's
high
and
school
feel
gym
despair.
with equipment and
Then I
then with
feel
people and then with
repeats
cheers
and I
in
feel
the name
hope.
of our values, freedom and
difference.
security and democracy.
Democracy. Can you imagine democracy? Yeah. Good thing.
Our contributors. So many of you dug deep to fuel
I
this
dug
campaign.
really deep.
Nearly 1 million
I dug as deep
grassroots
as I
supporters
could.
who sacrificed financially so
I
that this
did.
message of hope and belonging could reach every corner of this country. Thank you for what you gave to make this happen.
Money well spent. Look at that smile!
Online, in person, with family and with friends and with total strangers, you shared your personal stories and you made
You
the
see
life
how
of this
smile
campaign
smiles
part of
like
your
a
own.
winning
What you
smile.
did and the way you did it was how we could show, not just tell, the kind of campaign we could be and the kind of country we will build. You made me proud every single day.
He made me proud every day. He gave me hope in the future. Hope for my children. Hope for my grandchildren.
My mom, who not only helped raise me, but put her love of language into work, answering letters for the campaign.
My mommy. Mama. You know, there's nothing wrong with being a mama's boy. Mama's boys are good boys. Oh, look at the smile.
My father, who
That's
left
a man
us
that lives
just as
with
this
me.
was all getting underway,
What?
but who's very much here and part of this.
Aww. Daddy screwed up, apparently.
And to the guy who took a chance on a first date with somebody all the way in South Bend, Indiana, and never looked back, Casson, I can't wait to spend the rest of my life.
And I did question, and I said, will a gay man be able to win the presidency? And then I came to the conclusion if he doesn't,
I know that
it's not
if this
his problem,
campaign
that's
ends, there comes
your
disappointment that we
problem.
won't continue. But I hope that everyone who has been part of this in any way knows that the campaign that you have built and the community that you have created is only the beginning of the change that we are going to make together.
Change. Change is good. We all want hope. We all want to believe in the future.
My faith teaches that the world is not divided into good people and bad people. That all of us are capable of good and bad things.
That's true.
Today, more than ever, politics matters because leaders can call out either what is best in us or what is worst in us, can draw us either to our better or to our worst selves. Politics at its worst is ugly, but at its best, politics can lift us up. It is not just policy making, it is
It's the first
moral.
time I've ever
It is
really
soul
cared this
crafting.
much.
That is why
Honestly.
Earlier today, we were in Selma, marching in commemoration of the Civil Rights Movement on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, where I was humbled to walk in the symbolic and the literal shadows of heroes who 55 years ago made America more of a democracy than it had ever been by their blood and by their courage. And seeing those moral giants made me ask what we might achieve in the years now at hand, how we might live up to the greatest moral traditions of political change in this country. It made me wonder how the 2020s will be remembered when I am an old man.
He's an old
I
man,
firmly
maybe
believe
dead.
that in
Seriously.
these years, in our time, we can and will make American life and politics more like what it could be. Not just more wise and more prosperous, but more equitable and more just and more decent.
Don't you want more decent? Don't you want to feel the respect and the pride?
Think about proud of our time we could be if if we really did act to make it so that no one has to take to the streets in America for a decent wage because one job is enough in the United States.
Right, one job. Because one job supported me and my mother and his wife and his 3 children. One job, blue collar.
The generation that saw the day when your race has no bearing on your health or your wealth or your
because color should not matter. Every color is equal. Either should all be united.
We could be the ones to deliver the day when our teachers are honored a little more like soldiers.
Right, right. Go to Switzerland. You want to know how teachers are honored in Switzerland? Go to Switzerland. Best educational system ever.
We were the ones who rallied this nation to see to it that climate would be no barrier to our children's opportunities.
Right? Aren't you worried about your kids? Aren't you worried about their future? We can do it.
That is the hope in our hearts. That is the fire in our bellies. That is the future we believe in. A country that really does empower every American to thrive and a future where everyone belongs. Thank you for sharing that vision. Thank you.
I love you, Pete.
Spread that hope. Thank you so much. Let's move on together. Thank you.
Okay, it's time to move on. What are you going to do? Look at him. He's so cool. Pete. Aww.
There you have it.
Okay, he hasn't endorsed anybody, but we all know who's going to endorse. And whoever he endorses, I'm going to support. Because I believe in Pete. So he's going to do a great job.
My mom just texted me while we were sitting here.